Hey guys, Demon here, and today we're reviewing The Dragon Prince Season 3. And ooh man, this season was hyped, and it ended, it was just super good. Okay, so what to go over first? Should we go over the good or the bad? Let's go over the least one, which is the bad. Let's go over the bad. What was bad about this season? Um, let's see. The animation, it was actually pretty good. But it seems like it had a little dip in quality, to be honest, from last season. Last season seemed to have a lot more stable animation, and this season seemed to have like a little dip in quality, at least to me. Although I haven't watched last season since last season, which was like a few months ago, or like half a year, or something like that. I think around there. um, like there were some parts that looked like they were lagging almost, like really just like jerky parts, where everybody was just kind of like like framey. And then there was like some blurry parts in there as well, where characters were moving but they're really super blurry and stuff like that. Yeah, just like some animation problems there, but it was still pretty good animation, especially by the end. It seemed to have a little ticking up quality. But yeah, there was some parts that looked pretty uh like stop motiony parts, and there's some blur in there, and there were some reused animations. I guess that's okay because it's has a budget, obviously. Um, but all in all, the animation was okay. It wasn't the best. It was okay, and by the end, it got better. Another thing, the plot line or the plot went by really fast. It was a really good plot, but it went by super duper fast. Like Ezrin, he was Prince for like 3 episodes, and then no more, or King, I should say, not Prince. Um, and we met some new characters in there, but we didn't get much lore for them or anything like that. We just knew they were there, and then they're like, oh, like here's a character for an episode or two. You're not really meant to get attached to them, and then they're just gone like that. Even though they look pretty interesting, and it would be pretty cool to see them, but no, you got like an episode or two, and then they were just gone. Um, any other bad parts in there? Not really. Not really. Uh, I don't think there was much other bad parts in there. There probably was a few other bad parts in there, but my two personal complaints was the story just went by really fast, and the animation was a little bit lackluster. But let's get to the good, okay? That's enough of the bad. Let's get to the good, the fantastic. Um, the storyline was just fantastic. Baron, or whatever his name is, I forgot his name, I was going to call him Baron. He got control of the castle by manipulating his way there, obviously. His bug friend, who is like this evil guy, evil elf, is basically manipulating him to get to where he wants to go to. And it seems like his little bug thing keeps on growing and seems to be transforming into something. Maybe it's going to be a new body for him. I don't know. um, we have we have the prince turned to the king for like 3 episodes. Again, a little bit fast, but he was a pretty good king for those 3 episodes. That's pretty interesting. Like, he didn't want to take the role at first, but then he took the role at the end. And he actually turned into a good king. So we know when he actually gets that title back, he's going to be a good king. Or I think he got the title back by the end, technically. But, whatever. What else? What else? We got the fire elves. By the way, another problem I had in there was, there was only like a few elves in there, and most of them were fire elves. Why were only the fire elves helping the dragon? But whatever, I guess. So yeah, the fire elves, we got mostly to know them, and they used to be enemies, but now they're good guys, I guess. At the same time, like one used to be an enemy, but now they're good guys. And it seems like one has a romantic relationship with the ant. Even though I thought the ant and the ginger, or the you know who I'm talking about, the orange hair freckled guy, had a thing, but maybe that's like a more parent child thing or sibling thing. It's hard to say, but it seems like she likes her now, so I guess their thing's more like a different kind of bond. We have Callum and Rayla getting together this season. It's freaking fantastic. I actually really enjoyed that because a lot of shows, like a lot of shows have this trope in there where like, oh, they're meant to be together, but will they ever get together? And then like maybe at the last episode of the season, they're like, oh, they're finally together. That's super cool. But no, they're like, no, we're gonna do it like in the first few episodes. They're just gonna get together. So that was super cool, super awesome. Like, I enjoyed the hell out of that. Because usually there's like, oh, are we gonna get together? Maybe, maybe not. It's super annoying, but it's like, no, they actually act like normal people, and they're like, hey, I like you, you like me, you want to date? And they're like, sure thing, buddy. Callum shows himself to be a super badass wizard. He seems to be getting more and more spells, and he seems to be like really, really good at them. So that's pretty awesome. Like he can grow wings now. So yeah, he seems to be like a really talented mage that is just gonna grow and grow and grow. And he does have like like two enemies at this point, I guess. Like the first one would be Baron and his daughter because his son finally the stupid guy that went after them. He finally realized what's right and wrong, and he picked the right side, which is really interesting. And the daughter picked the dad's side because she got manipulated by the dad, which is really bad. So that's a cool dynamic there, and I really enjoyed that. I always thought like maybe it would be the son because the daughter seemed like she would have more. It seemed like she would be more easily persuaded to the good side. But then again, at the end of the last episode, like the son was really feeling down on himself. So yeah, it's pretty interesting. So that's a pretty interesting family dynamic, and they're after the Dragon Prince, along with the evil elf guy, and also the old Dragon King does not like Callum because Callum used dark magic, which he might be healed by the the what the fire elves or whatever they're called, the sun elves. They have a curing process that might actually kill them, to be honest, but since Callum only used it once, he might be able to be cured by this, and he might be able to get like it out of his system, which might make him even a better mage. So that'd be interesting to see if that happens. I have an assumption that it might happen, because that big dragon probably still wants to get back at him, because he never showed up at the end, and he's a complete asshole. It's interesting to see that elves and dragons and stuff, they're all like, oh, humans are super bad and stuff like that. And yet when you get there, some of the elves and stuff are just as bad as humans. Like like they're just as like pompous and like vain and stuff like that, and conniving and sneaky, and also like really what would be the word? Uh Prideful, I guess, or I guess it's not wrong to be prideful, but it's beyond prideful. It's what is it called? They said it several times, but basically they're like up on their high horse. They're like so up there above humans and stuff like that that they're like. Sorry about that little skip there, but they're basically like humans. We can do whatever we want because humans are nothing to us. You know what I mean? So it's just like, eesh. So it's pretty interesting to see that. So dragons are pretty ruthless. Like the old king dragon, he's just like, hey, if you don't stop dark magic, I'm gonna genocide your people. So I can see how the humans like fought against them because they're kind of jerks, and the humans had a right to fight against them. But then again, the humans didn't have a right to kill them in the first place to use them for magic. So I can see both ways. You know what I mean? Like humans are looked down upon and like looked as like second class citizens because they don't have magic, and like dragons, especially dragons and elves and stuff like that, treat humans basically like trash. So it's a really messed up society there, but it seems like it's getting better. Like the humans and elves are getting back to like they're getting back together, and it seems like the dragons, some of them like have intelligence, but some of them don't. It's kind of weird. Like some of them act like animals, but some of them don't act like animals. It's interesting. It's interesting to say the least. But yeah, it seems like they're finally getting back together at the end there. But then we're left on a cliffhanger with Baron, his daughter, and the bug turned into what looks to be maybe a host body or a butterfly. I guess I don't know because it was a caterpillar. Who knows? But yeah, like it's really interesting, and I can't wait to see more, man. If there's gonna be a season 4, I hope there is. By the way, hopefully they can improve their animation a little bit. Just saying, and maybe on some parts of the plot, slow it down just a tiny bit. But yeah, man, like super good, and I can't wait to see the next season because it was just really good. Like this whole season was really, really good. There's so much good stuff, a few bad things, but so much good stuff, and it seems like things are getting pretty interesting, and we might have some evil elf to deal with, and he might be a problem even for the dragon queen, because I guess she's the most powerful, although the dragon prince is the most powerful, but he's too young, so he can't really be powerful right now. Maybe that's it. Maybe that's why they act like animals. The younger they are, they act like animals, but the older they are, they get to knowledge and talk. But the older they are as well, they kind of turn into jerks. At least 2 out of 3 dragons we met turned into jerks. The queen of the dragons was pretty good. Her husband was okay at one point. He's just like, I'll let you leave, but if you don't, I'm gonna do something. But then they kill him anyways. But he did kill his mom without like any regard or anything like that. So pretty jerkish. And especially the old king, like, oh my goodness, he is a pompous but like man, it was interesting though. It was a good episode, good 9 episodes, and a good season all in general. Pretty damn good. But anyways, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Hit the bell notification because that's the best way to keep up my content. And remember, link down below to my Twitter. And remember, stay sane. Peace. Video. If you did, you should check out this one or this one. Or, click right there because that will subscribe to my channel. That middle one right there. Anyways, I hope you liked it. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to my Twitter and follow. And as always, my friends, stay sane. Peace.